Hello and welcome to this year's Halloween special. Tonight's special story is about a man who will have his first Halloween gig and soon find out that ghouls and goblins come in different shapes than just mere humans or animals. So, let's begin this horrible tale called Ghoul Guitar. Let us imagine that you are preparing for your first Halloween gig. You and your band is going to play together, have a little bit fun together with the other little witches and ghosts, and you want to dress up, so you find yourself a cute little outfit fits the band aesthetic and things like that. But what about your guitar? What about it? Yes, it does have to look rather ghoulish too, doesn't it? Yes, I think so. So what do? You don't own a $4,000 custom-made bone guitar that someone made out of their uncle or something. I don't know, it's kind of gruesome. Anyway, you don't have one of those, do you? No, you don't. So what do? Oh, you come to me, and I'll help you, yes. I'll help you with this crazy idea of how to make the guitar you already have. Spruce it up a little bit and make it look like something that comes from the grave. So, you grab one of your guitars, preferably the one you want to use for your gig. You make sure that it doesn't have a nitrocellulose finish because it's very easy to destroy that kind of a finish, and you don't want to do that, do you? No, I don't think so. You're gonna need some supply, and this is what I have for you. You're gonna need the head of a friend. I got mine at the dollar store. Yes, 4 dead little... I don't know where they came from. Except the dollar store, of course. Stickers are a good idea as well, and I have some of them right here. So the first thing I want to do is take this head and place it on here, just where the arm carve is. I don't want it sitting like this, it's a little bit wonky and weird, and I don't want it sitting like this. Some people might enjoy that, but I want it slanted a little bit like this. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out a line and cut it. So, I take my dear friend and a permanent marker, and I make a line. It does not have to be perfect, since he wasn't a very good friend after all, hence why he's dead. Something like this, you can see the line, hopefully. And now, I'm going to cut it. Now, depending on how thick-headed your friend is, you might have to use something else than industry, carpenter, scissors. But most likely, you'll do fine. And here he is. To be or not to be? I think not. Now, holding the head up to the body, I can see that there are some gaps. And so, I need to draw out where the gaps are, and I need to cut away the excess on the negative side. Which means that, for example, I have a gap up here, so I need to remove on the other sides except for up here. It will all make sense when you are doing this yourself. So, the head has been cut. And I've made marks in the eyes, and we're gonna take a step drill, because I always like to poke people in the eye. And really drill them out, nice and proper. And really get in there. And I'll just carve away some of this extra that is poking out around from the inside. It doesn't look that pretty. Not that he was pretty when he was alive. So I have these horrible little lights, and if you look real closely, you can see that they are cute little pumpkins. But we only need 2, since, well, at least humans only have 2. So I'm just gonna cut them off, like so. And we can always keep the other ones for another project. Maybe you'll feel like having a Halloween party next year. And as you see, they fit perfectly in the eyes. And so, we're just gonna push them through, like so. And here, I have some hot glue. So, I'm just gonna put a little bit on here, and press the eye into place. Like so, I hope you can see. So, the time has come, I've put hot glue on this, and I'm just gonna press it into place, trying to make it fit where I want it to sit. And hopefully you won't burn yourself, but what are the chances that you won't? I mean, I've already burned myself. And now we just have to hold this right here in place, and wait for it, and wait, and wait. So, while we wait for that glue to dry, let's move on to another step that we can prepare while we wait. Do you remember these? It wasn't that long ago I showed you them, so you should remember them. We can just take these tiny little people, or whatever they are, and we can just rip off their head. Because we don't need anything else than their tiny little head. And we don't need all of them. Here's a package of 4, and we just need to kill 3 of them. So 1 will be spared. So you take the tiny little head, and you take a plier, possibly something with a long handle, because the longer it is, the easier it is to cut something with it. And we're just going to cut off the back of the head, so try to put it in sort of evenly and nicely and neatly, but if it doesn't turn out nicely and neatly, it doesn't matter, because it's Halloween, and ghouls don't care about looks. And then with some great force, we can actually crush this little head right down the middle. You have to go pretty slow in the beginning, but then, you see, it pops. The face right there, but only half the head like that. And we have to do that to all 3 of them. It's sad to see our friends go, but such is life, even for the dead. And now we can clean up the back. You can use whatever you want, sandpaper, a knife. I don't really know yet what I'm going to use, but I think a knife will do. It seems to be fairly easy to flatten out the back. They can't have had much for brain. There is just a tiny little hole for it. Okay, so pull your controls to max. With a little bit of hot glue, you can place the heads on top of the knobs like so, one at a time. But be careful to not use too much of the glue, because you don't want it to squeeze out over the side and create a horrible mess, and someone might think, hey, that's not a real human skull. We don't want that. Yeah. And there we have them. Spooky little ghoulish knobs that controls your tone and volume. Well, the next thing is I also have my friend, or whatever you want to call him, his hand. He has very small hands, which I think you know what that means. And we can just break the fingers off at their joints, like this. And don't worry, we'll take good care of these fingers. Oh, I love the sound of breaking bones. And now with these broken bones, we can reattach them on top of the guitar with some glue and make them go the way we want. And I think I want the guitar to be held by the bones up here, so I'm just taking the bones and I'm gluing them back in where I feel like they might fit. So, with a dab here and there, I can sort of make them go where I want to. Obviously not entirely, since I can't bend the bone anywhere else but at the joint. I mean, this isn't really Harry Potter, but there you see how it's starting to come together, and then we just go up one size to the next, and we'll just see what happens. Yes, unfortunately we will. You can see how it's coming together. It almost looks like it's being grasped. Almost, but not perfect. It never is it? The guitar is actually finished now. The only thing left to do is to spruce it up with some lovely little stickers. I've decided to go with these little pumpkins. because they're orange. Now, you can put these wherever you want. It's your guitar, but I think I want mine up here, going along this edge of the pickguard. I don't know. I think maybe a fourth one is needed. What do you think? I actually don't even care what you think. I'm just saying that to be polite and then telling you that I don't care to be impolite. So, something like one over there. And there we have it. Well, let me know what you think. I rather find it to be horrid. Let's now go and play the guitar and see if we can make some horrible sounds. Some fiendish, evil sounds. Now that this demon guitar is ready. Well, what did you think? Did you like it? I sure did. Anyway, don't forget to use your skeleton bony little fingers to press the like button and the subscribe button, because we do need you here for all the other horrible things we are going to do in the future. Also, if you wouldn't mind giving me a ghoulish little comment, I do appreciate them, especially if there is any questions you have about this guitar. I sure you do wonder where I got it. But anyway, until next time, stay ghoulish and cruel, magical and maddening, and go and celebrate Halloween. Happy Halloween!